Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, there are now 16 maps until Christmas, including the one you see down below. Now, this isn't going to be an advent calendar style. I'm not going to do this every single day. But today's show's a little bit shorter. I'm able to cover the map fairly quickly. So I thought I'd talk about something a little bit different, something you probably treat yourself to for Christmas. And that is a little bit of a dabble into the BonBon extras. You see, not just over on Patreon, but also clicking the join button down below, you'll get access to not one, but two extra shows. One of them is 90-minute map attack. Now, this is footage from last month where you see me trying to put a road into Sea. A bit of terrain work there. You can see the timer ticking down. I had 90 minutes to complete the map. So that's last month. The full series is available to view now by clicking the join button. And I'm also started work on the new map, which is Date in Japan, and that's available on there as well. You can also jump across onto Patreon, patreon.com/BonBonB, and get access to it via there as well. Because you deserve a Christmas treat, because you're really nice. You are exactly the sort of person who does not need a daily reminder. So here's one for everybody else instead. That's right, everybody else clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you all for your support. Today's map is Lake Hali, or Lake Hali possibly, by Köttur.CS-Builder. I'm guessing this is an account very much specialised towards building in Cities Skylines. I hope so. There's your start square, loads of buildable space there and two spots for water. There's your terrain heights, it's very flat in the middle, mountains around the outside by design. It's a builder's map, yeah, I think we can agree. Resources are, I'm going to say field painting, but it's a bit more than field painting. It is a builder's map, okay? And if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's a fisherman's map as well, because we've got pretty much everything you want there as well. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, no DLC is required today, but there are a few things to subscribe to. We'll be using the Not So Rocky Hills map theme, the Relight Film LUT, and look at this glorious, glorious description. Now, I'm always for a detailed description. I love them. Possibly a little bit too much going on with this one for what's actually required on the map, but you can't really fault them for giving you the information longhand, and it's bullet points, so it's well written. I don't think it's slightly overdone in terms of the requirements. I mean, you've got some rocks and some trees, and it's okay. Now, what we're going to say is you're going to see something a bit weird with the highway in a minute. Now, this highway does actually connect with the highway on the edge of the map, and no traffic was spawning. So I tried to force some traffic to spawn, and it did. But to get it to spawn, I actually demolished a little bit of highway over here, and I've replaced it. And you're going to see a little glitch in the highway where it doesn't quite match. It should match because I'm using the exact same networking, but the bit that you see in a minute, do not blame the map creator for this one. This is the game being weird. Here we go. Here's a bit on the right hand side. Looks like it might be elevated, but it's at ground level. It's just yeah, I think the asseteers, the asset creators call that, so is it the alpha key along the side there? I don't understand it. It should actually match up. In fact, I've actually used NetPicker. Well, sorry, I take it back. Yeah, NetPicker, the Electrics Road Tools. You know the one. You pick the road, you just click on the road and it chooses it for you. I used that to make sure I was actually placing the same road. And anyway, what we have here is a plopped intersection. You can tell it's plopped, first of all, by how beautifully pristine it is. You can't fault that, although that could be drawn by hand to be pristine. But have a little look down here. You can just see a little bit of drift in the highway where the highway doesn't quite align up with the required positioning for the intersection. So yeah, just little clues there. Is it a problem? Of course it's not a problem. Really isn't a problem. That one isn't. If you have a look under here, just could be a pillar in the middle. Do you know, I think that's just about okay in terms of distance without a pillar. So I'm going to let that go quite happily. Yeah, we have trees going down the median. I don't actually have sometimes I have an issue with trees on the median along the side of the road where I just don't feel they're safe. But here it just feels safe. Maybe it's just because of the way that the decoration is consistent across the map. I don't know. But as it is, actually I don't mind them down here. It just feels like a safe road. Probably because it's completely straight as well. Next intersection here, again these are all plopped, and there are links to these in the description. I've got a little problem with this one. Not down here. You thought it was going to be down here, didn't you? So did I for a moment. No, it's actually here. Now if you have a look here, we have an elevated section of highway on the right hand side that does not need to be elevated here, right? So we go up and then we go straight back down over that side, and over this side it goes straight back down over there as well. This side does not need to be elevated at all. Now I understand symmetry, and if that's what we're going for, then great, absolutely fine. It's not a realistic map anyway, so I guess we're not going to mark down the intersection for that one. There are bigger problems you can have with intersections than it being symmetrical, like this one. This has a little bit of a problem that I think we do have to mark the map down on. If we come down over here and have a look at the height of this bottom crossover, we're getting a bit closer. Come on, trying to get the camera in a bit closer. There we go. That's a little bit low. In fact, that's a lot a bit low. We're not going to get under there. I'm not even going to try. We've even got some street light clipping. See how much of the street lamp is clipping through there. Shows you just how low that road is. So yes, just a little bit low with that. That would be fixed by actually dropping the height of the ground-based road into a little bit of a cutting, and that would fix that. So again, it's not really a big problem. It's an easily fixed problem, and it's just something that I have to say because I've said it for everybody else, and to not say it here would be to show favouritism. And I'm not here about favouritism, apart from my favourites, of course, in which case you do get all of the favouritism. Actually, just kidding, of course. Even the BonBonB buddies don't get favouritism on this show. I'm equally harsh on the great creators and equally soft on the novices. That bridge, by the way, is superb. It's a 100% vanilla bridge, and the arc on it is very nicely done. Going from 3 lanes down to 3 lanes here, I think probably a little bit of a bend of the with the move it tool, just to give it a little bit of a little tweak there. And yes, I do know we have new mods that we can use for handling of nodes, but at the moment I still think just using the move it tool in the map editor is normally enough to get those things just a little bit slick. Heading along with the rail now. Now we have rail on both sides of the map. The rail isn't very exciting. It serves a function, and it's going to serve it fine. There's no real hills for it to go through, and where it does, we're going to go into a tunnel, and we're going to nip out to the side of the map. So yeah, this is basically everything. With the highways, it mirrors on both sides more or less, apart from the bit that goes into the start square. And the rail, we do have rail on both sides of the map as well. And again, neither one of them are exciting. They just serve the purpose of building a rail line into the middle of the map. Some tunnel entrances there. Did we have to subscribe to tunnel entrances? I'm sure we did. I just don't remember seeing them. I'm certain we did. Anyway, the rail then heads off and just emerges over here off the edge of the map, which gives us time to go to an intermission and a chance for me to have a little bit of a sip of water with something stronger in it.
Very few maps achieve the coveted all-star status. 5 stars for aesthetic, detail, and gameplay potential. To see them all in the all-star playlist, click the button now.
And so back to Lake Hali by Köttur.CS-Builder and the shipping routes. And we've got a couple. They don't join up, which means we won't have any through shipping, which I guess will please quite a few people, including me. And this one goes through a decent height of the bridge there, although the one on the other side gets really close there to the pillars. I reckon there might be a bit of shipping clipping going on there. Then you have the 2 shipping routes split. Why this one doesn't just go through the widest point? Look, it takes a hard bend as well. It could take a much smoother route. And it does get a little bit wibbly a little bit further down. Not at this next bend, but the one after. Which is, no, not that one there. Yeah, here as well. And here, and there. Yeah, just gets a little bit lost. A little bit of loss of control. Not that it matters, again, that far off into the fog. Not on the 25 tile map, though this one is. Well, it's intended to be anyway. Water flow. We have strong water flow through the start square, as you can see there. That is strong water flow. I don't think we'll have an argument there. You have access on this side as well, where there's barely any water flow, so just make sure that you are drawing from the right side and pumping to the other side. I think you can work out which is which. Okay, let's have a little look. We've got trees. The trees are more a style statement, I would suggest, than anything realism. And certainly we've got good tree coverage where we've got forests. It looks really nice. And then we've got a splattering here and there. It's kind of by design. There you go. We've definitely got resources going on. I've actually got industries active for today's map for reasons that you'll see in a moment. But not that industries are necessary for the map at all. A little bit of tree lining around here, and there's some of those rocks to subscribe to. If you don't subscribe to the rocks, I don't think it's really going to make any difference at all. Not that much anyway. Then you've got these prop fields. These are, well, they're props. If you don't want them, I'll show you how to get rid of them. I'm not going to actually get rid of them, but I'll show you how to get rid of them. They do look really quite nice, and you can see them from quite a long way away. But yeah, there's the bulldozer. Boom, 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 boom. That's how you'll get rid of them. Or, of course, move it to drag and clear the entire bunch in one sweep, one marquee selection. Right, okay, what more have we got? Oh, now with the mountains in the background, I quite like the shape of them. I'm a bit confused about the lakes. Because the thing is, you're going to be building under 25 tiles, so you won't actually see this lake. You won't get anywhere near it. It doesn't really serve a purpose. The next one is even more weird. Because we have a lake, and it feeds straight off the edge of the map. Again, you're not going to see it. It might be a really good place to do a little hidden water treatment centre or something like that. But it's still a sort of map that I feel that, like, vanilla rules, the 9 tile to 25 tile rules would normally apply on a map like this one. So these little water features right over on the edge, I don't understand them. I don't get them. But there's nothing wrong with them, so I suppose we can let them go, yeah? Okay, let's swoop down here. We've got more resources over here. Big flat buildable area as well, some more trees. And shall we have a little look at the start square? Start square's perfectly flat. Again, loads of buildable space over here as well. And there should be somewhere an asset of the day. Where's my sting? I found my sting. There it is. It's the Brick Slaughterhouse by Jens. Now, if you're using Find It to find this, this is in the German. I'd search your content manager for the German, but you'll find it. Now, this does require Industries DLC, hence I've got Industries active today. But you don't need Industries for the map, just for this particular asset. Lovely asset, of course, Jens, one of the great creators, and good to see them back. Haven't seen too much from them lately, and this is a great way to come back. And factoids, because factoids. Now, I don't know if this is still true, because this map was published back in the 80s, but the United States has a marriage bureau even. The United States has a marriage bureau to help find suitable partners for lonely cats and dogs. Ah, I can absolutely believe that, especially in California. Not that I've been to California, but I've seen enough shows to make me believe that all the wackos live there. There's a swine on the front of that. There's a swine, a really lovely one too. Brick Slaughterhouse by Jens. The asset of the day. Right, okay, so you've seen the whole map. I told you it's fairly quick to cover. There wasn't too much complexity about today's map. But does that mean it's not a good one? Well, this is where we hand over to you. What do you think of the map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10, the latest of which went live on Sunday. And I'll link it in at the end of the show, so make sure you watch that one. Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month, and so forth and so on. Hit the I button now. Well, what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, it's okay. It's clean, it's crisp, it's clear. It doesn't blow me away. I don't think it's going to blow anybody away, but there's nothing wrong with it. I think I've seen worse 3-star maps, so I'm going to give it 3 stars. I'm going to give it towards the upper side. For detailing, the only real issue I've got with the detailing is basically that crossover, and that was too low. But there's not really enough here to scream out for a 4th star either. So again, I'm going to go towards the upper side of 3 stars. 3 stars, so a good pass mark score. Gameplay potential. If you want to play a 25 tile map, this is a pretty good, strong one for vanilla style build, even though you do need to subscribe to a few bits and pieces. I think we'll give this one 4 stars, but there's nothing really inspiring about it, so I will go low 4. There you go, Lake Hali by Köttur.CS-Builder. It's a strong map, it's a clean map, there's nothing really wrong with it that won't be fixed in a couple of strokes of the mouse. So I'd be quite happy with that, playing on that, I think, as a just quick dive in. Why not? Why not? Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. To all of the BonBonB buddies who have signed up for another month over on Patreon, thank you so much for your continued support. You really do keep the channel going. Use the word of the day. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day into the comments for some population points just for fun. And we'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Thanks for watching.